Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is going to be a beautiful tutorial. This is the look that I ended up creating. Very glossy, very kind of editorial, kind of avant-garde. I really do like it, you guys know that I love playing around with different colors and textures at the moment especially, and I've been experimenting with this glossy look, and this is the first time that I've done a look where it's very structured but still very glossy. So it's kind of interesting, kind of cool in my opinion. I really do like how this look turned out though. I was kind of afraid at the beginning of this video that I wouldn't be able to think of anything interesting because I kind of wasn't really feeling too inspired, but I'm glad it ended up turning out kind of cool. So I hope you guys like this look as much as I do, but if you want to see how I created it, then of course keep on watching. Okay, so for today's look I have a few ideas as to what I want to do. I am trying to come up with something that's going to be a little bit glittery, that might be a little bit glossy. I'm not sure. We'll work through it, but first of course I'm going to apply a little bit of a product to my eyelids to act as a base. Right now I'm using the Fenty foundation. This is actually, oh, I just put on too much, but that's okay. This is actually one that I really like for applying to my eyelids as an eyeshadow base. I'm not saying buy it just for this purpose, but whenever I really want to pack a punch and whenever I want to use some really amazing, really vibrant colors, I tend to like to apply a mattifying, long-wearing foundation to my eyelids because my logic is if the foundation is meant to be long-wearing, and it is in fact a long-wearing foundation, then it must work for a good eyeshadow base. Does that make any sense? It's kind of what I think. And I'm basically going to just blend this into my eyelid very lightly, using a little bit of a tiny buffing brush. And that is a very loud truck outside. I don't think the microphone picked it up though. I have been experimenting with a new sound, and as of now I have pre-filmed a bunch of videos with my previous sound setup, which you guys a lot of you guys don't mind it, but some of you guys do. And I have gotten a lot of feedback saying that people really didn't like the clicking noise in my videos, and I don't know, do I have to explain it again? I feel like I should. Basically the clicking noise was present because up until just I would say a few days ago, I was using just the microphone that was in the camera. And when the lens would automatically focus on my face, then the lens would make this clicking noise and the camera would pick it up. So, hopefully crossing my fingers that that is in the past, what I do now is, because I'm getting used to this mic setup, I have the mic recording and then I have the camera's mic recording as well. So if worse comes to worse and I lose my audio, hopefully that will never happen, but if I do lose my audio, then I have backup. So technically right now I have two mics, but one is better than the other. So there's my senseless conversation for the first, I don't know, 30 seconds of this video, or has it been a minute? But anyway, I think that this eyeshadow is all good, all set, all great. And I think that now I'm trying to think, what do I want to go for? I'm kind of at a loss here because for some reason recently I've hit many just snags when it comes to my inspiration, and that scares me. That scares me. That's not supposed to happen. I kind of know why, but it's not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to hit a snag when it comes to feeling inspired, but it's been going on. So anyway, I'm going to be going in with the Juvia's Place Festival palette. I decided to break it out again because I feel like I haven't used it in a while, considering how much I really do like it. So I'm gonna go ahead with this red shade that I love so much, and what's gonna happen with this is going to go right, let's see, where do I want it? I have hair everywhere. I think it's gonna go right into my crease. I just want to see how this turns out. This might turn out terribly, but we'll see. Let me just feel this out and see see how it goes, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm applying this product directly into my inner crease and a little bit into my inner eyelid as well. However, what I'm doing as I move the product out is like slightly extending the shadow. So I'm not like going in a windshield wiper motion. I'm kind of like just applying the shadow here and just extending it out, so it's kind of like in this like graphic line. So I'm gonna try this on my other eye and we're gonna see how it turns out. Hopefully it'll be cool. We shall see. So now I kind of want to like emphasize the graphic nature of this look, and to do that I'm going to be using some tape. So I'm just going to take the tape and I'm going to take off like a pretty like I think this is okay. And then I'm going to just put it on the back of my hand. And the reason I'm doing this is because I don't want the tape to pull at my skin too much. I feel like that might be a little bit of a problem if I don't put it on the back of my hand first. So now that I have the tape on my eyes, I think that I want to go in with a little bit of like a darker shade. And I'm looking at the palettes that I have in front of me. And I think that I really want to maybe dip into something else. Maybe I should like go ahead and use something from this palette right here, the Magic palette by Juvia's. And I think that I'm going to go ahead and work with this color, like this beautiful navy blue right here that I love so much. I think this flat brush will do just fine, so I'm just going to grab this color and apply it right along that area where we applied the tape. Just for some fun, I'm going to take the flat side of the brush and kind of like zhuzh out the inner part of my eyelid as well. And just like smudge that line out a little bit in that area. Now that I've sort of played around with this blue, now what I want to do is I want to go in to another shade, and this time I want to apply it into my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use like this like beautiful teal color. This might turn into a hot mess, but it's okay. It'll be fine. And I'm just going to like work this like really into the brush, like just really load the product onto the brush. I'm going to apply this to my lower lash line. And I think that like due to the nature of this shadow that I'll have to go in like quite a few times and like really layer the product. But I'm totally fine with doing that. This allows me to like really look closely at the eye look without having to like you know, worry about my face being in the frame or not. And now that I'm looking at that, I feel like I need to readjust a lot of the colors on my top lash line as well. So I'm just going to do that adjustment really quickly. My hair right now is like in this really weird situation where it's just like a bad hair day, and it's irritating because I literally just washed my hair like the day before yesterday, and now like it's greasy. That's really TMI, I know. But my hair is greasy and I don't like it. Usually it doesn't get like so greasy so quickly. I don't know what's going on. And it's not even like a good greasy. Okay, it's not like super greasy, but like, you know when your hair is in like this weird situation that you're not used to and you don't know why, but it just is? I'm in that situation and it's irritating. I know, first world problems, but I usually can put it up in a bun and usually it's fine. So I think I'm just gonna like wash it tonight because I don't want to wash it right now because I have to film. I want to get some work done and then I have to go to actual work. So yeah, I don't think I really want to spend time like washing my hair right at the moment, but definitely should get done today because I know tomorrow I won't have any time to wash my hair because I won't be home like at all. And you might be wondering like why is she putting like eyeshadow on her lower lash line when she hasn't done her foundation. I'm actually debating on like wearing little to no foundation today whatsoever because I feel like I don't really need it today at the moment. I feel like my skin has been pretty good. If I do apply foundation, it might be in this area and might be around my nose. But like nowadays I wear so little foundation that whenever I do wear foundation, I don't need to like blend it everywhere. So I just put in key areas and just like really lightly diffuse it all around my face. So that's why I don't have to like do my foundation and then my lower lash because it's just not necessary. So anyway, I'm now working with this brush right here. This has a little bit of like coral on it. I know, I'm so organized. And I think that now I need to wash my brushes like stat, you know, but that's gonna get done at some point. And I think I'm going to go into like this hot pink color, like this hot pink magic that we have going on here. And this is going to go into my lower lash line, like my inner lower lash line. I'm just gonna pack it in and see what happens. Then I'm going to go in with the brush that I used for the red shadow, and I'm lightly gonna like diffuse the edges out a little bit. I'm fine with being a little bit sloppy on this one because what the heck. And I think I'm just going to like just lightly blend things out. And if I am a little bit too liberal in blending things out, I can always go ahead with a foundation brush and just diffuse the heck out of my eyeshadow. So it's always fixable. I'm gonna go right on ahead and use some more of that teal and just like repack it into my lower lash line for some like mega intensity. And now I'm hit with a little bit of a dilemma because I have like this negative space on my eyelid and I'm not quite sure how to fill it per se because I want this to be like a little bit like of an like just color blocking-esque interesting makeup look. And so I'm looking at my palettes right here in front of me, and I think I would like to go in with a matte purple, like a really vibrant matte purple for this, and I'm just going to choose this color right here. And I'm going to take a brush that hopefully does not have any pigment on it. I think this one is good because like this one has like a little bit of blue, but like a little bit of blue is okay if you're using a purple in my opinion. So I'm just going to take that purple and I'm just packing it on with a pencil brush because, you know, what the heck. And I'm just going to add it to that negative space. And then I'm taking a clean foundation brush and I just want to buff out the shadow on the side of my nose just a little bit because I want it to be there because I kind of wanted that look, but at the same time I want it to be a little bit more diffused. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this look that I wanted to do something like with some like glossy glittery effect on my eyes. I'm not sure about the glitter just yet, but I really want to like add on some eye gloss. So I'm gonna basically take like this really like just glossy balm that I have on hand and I'm going to apply this to the inner portion of my eyeshadow. Okay, so this is quite fun, quite striking. So now what I want to do is I'm just going to take the tape off so we can see like the finished like sharp edges and so we can see like how this look is coming together. Okay, that is super cool. I kind of love it. I'm going to take a fan brush and brush off some of this fallout, and then I think I'm going to go in with a slight bit of foundation. I think like actually all over my face because I see some like kind of like eyeshadow residue like in certain places that I kind of missed. So I just want to like even out my skin with like just a little bit of foundation. And what I mean by that is basically taking like this applicator that I have on my foundation and just putting the foundation onto the back of my hand, and this is all the foundation that's going on my face, all of it. What I'm gonna do, I think today, is I'm going to take my little brush that I've been using for foundation application, and I'm going to just take like a little bit of that foundation, not the whole thing, but I'm just going to really work the foundation into the brush, so there's a slight amount on the brush but not too much, and I'm just going to use this to apply the product to my skin. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some highlighter. So I'm just going to be using the highlighter that I have sitting in front of me, which happens to be the one from Kylie Cosmetics. The highlighter brush that I'm using is actually this very small watercolor brush that I got years ago. And what I do is I use this to apply my highlight, and it's nice because the bristles, they're quite long. And this allows me to really create like an airbrushed look with my highlight. So today what I'm doing is I'm kind of stippling the highlight on, so you can see we're getting quite the impact over here. And I do have some texture in this area, so I'm just gonna try and stay away from that, even though I kind of can't do much of that since it's kind of like on the place where I apply my highlight. But it's okay. I'm also putting a little bit on my nose and my cupid's bow as well, and my chin. And then I'm going to go right ahead with some bronzer, and I'm going to use it to carve my face. That sounds so weird to somebody that doesn't do makeup, but that's what I'm doing. Now for lashes, I'm going to apply some mascara. This mascara is kind of beat up, but that is okay. And then for lashes, the ones I'm using today are the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. Honestly, being so close to a mirror is not making me very comfortable because I'm looking at all my pores and I'm like, those are clogged. I feel like it'd be so fun if I actually did like an extraction, if I was actually able to like get all this like clogged stuff out of my pores, but I've never gone to a professional. I'd never have really done it myself. Most of like everything that I do beauty-wise is DIY. I think pretty much everything is DIY. I DIY every single aspect of my beauty routine except like cutting my hair, and that's something my sister does for me. So yeah, but it would be so fun to actually look at my skin one day and not be like, those are clogged pores and they're clogging everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm kind of making no sense, but hopefully you can understand me by this point. And then I'm going to line my lips, and the lip liner that I'm using today is the Huda Beauty one, and this is in the shade Vixen. I definitely need to sharpen this one because it's getting a little bit dull, if I do say so myself. Come to think of it, I kind of feel like being a little bit extra and bougie today, so I'm going to use another lip liner. You do not have to do this. You do not have to be insane like me. But I'm using the Rimmel Lasting Finish lip liner in the shade Innocent. Did you see how I saved that? Like, I almost dropped it, but I saved it. Not that would have... But I'm just basically going to be using this to like diffuse that red lip line a little bit. I'm going to try and do this. We'll see how it turns out. Wish me luck. Okay, I kind of like that. You know, it's worked out really well. This is actually a nude lip liner, so what I did is I'd say lined my entire lip, but I just used it to like diffuse those like red lip lines. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some lip gloss, and I'm looking for the specific one that I want to use. Where is it? I can't find anything. Okay, there it is. So this is the Fenty lip gloss, gloss bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. And I'm going to put some on my finger. This is what I've been doing. I'm going to put some on my finger, and I have quite a bit there. And I'm basically going to apply this to my lips using my finger. For some reason, like I'm looking at this and like this doesn't seem too extra for me. Like in fact, this seems pretty tame, but still very pretty, very glam, very avant-garde, which are all things that I love. You guys know this, but thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If this is your first time on my channel and you lasted this long and you're curious about what I have to offer, I do post every day and my channel is down below, and I always try to make sure that I put videos and playlists and things in the cards as well as in the end screen if you're interested. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.